All right, so let's talk about the sum of the measures of the interior angles of a convex polygon with n sides. So let's see, what is the sum of the measures of the interior angles of a convex polygon with n sides? Can we come up with a formula for this? So first I have a triangle here and I want you to think about it. What's the sum of the measures of the angles of a triangle? We know that that's 180 degrees. Okay? So now I ask you, what if we had a quadrilateral? If I were to draw a line, and I'm going to change the color here, I'll do it in red so you can see, from B to D of this quadrilateral, do you agree that I just created two triangles? I have triangle ABD and triangle BCD, or again, you could name them in different ways. But I've got this triangle and I've got this triangle. Okay? So now think about it. In triangle ABD, I have this angle and this angle and this angle. And what are all of these angles going to sum to? 180 degrees. And then in triangle BCD, let me just change colors here. I have this angle and this angle and this angle. And what are all these angles going to sum to? 180 degrees. And if you think about it, if I now take blue, this angle here, the black angle here, so angle BDA and angle CDB, okay, together form this angle of the quadrilateral. Then angle A is just by itself, and then this angle over here of the quadrilateral ABC, so this big angle here, ABC, is the sum of angle ABD, this black one here, and angle CBD, this green one here. And then, of course, angle C is by itself. So think about it like this. We've got a triangle here, ABD, which has the sum of the measures of the angles is 180. We have another triangle here, triangle BCD, and the sum of the measures of that triangle is also 180. And all of the angles that we are accounting for in these two triangles are the angles of the quadrilateral that we have right here. So we know that angle D, which is the sum of angle ADB and angle CDB, plus angle A, plus angle B, which is the sum of ABD and CBD, plus angle C, must sum to 180 plus 180, okay, which is 360. All right, so now what if I drew you a pentagon? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? I know I drew it freehand, so it's not that great. What if you did the same thing and you created triangles? So you started at one vertex here and you tried to create as many as you could. Do you agree that's 180, 180, and 180? So the sum of the measures of the interior angles of a pentagon is just going to be 180 times 3. Okay? And what if we had the so this will be 540. But I'm more focused on this aspect of it for now. What if we had a hexagon? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And again, I know it's not perfect. Again, start at one vertex here and connect it to all the others. Okay. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4 triangles. So it's going to be 180 times 4. Okay? Which in this case is 720. And you can go on and on and on. So let's do an octagon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That wasn't that great. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there's one more here. I know it's hard to see because it wasn't that great, but I see for triangles, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So for an octagon, it's 180 times 6, okay? And again, I'm less concerned about what these equal. I want you to more think about, okay, what was going on here. So let me see, actually. I'm going to draw that 6 a little bit better. Okay. So now what I want you to do is think about this, okay? This was a pentagon, so it had 5 sides. This was a hexagon, so it had 6 sides. And this was an octagon, so it had 8 sides, okay? So what do you notice about the measures of the interior angles, the sum of the measures of the interior angles? Well, it's always 180, and then notice, when we had a 5-sided polygon, we multiplied it by 3. When we had a 6-sided polygon, we multiplied it by 4. When we had an 8-sided polygon, we multiplied it by 6. So it appears as though we are taking 180, and then we are multiplying it by n minus 2, where n is the number of sides of the polygon. Because what you're seeing here is when you draw the lines, 2 fewer triangles than number of sides are created. Okay, so here it was 6 sides and we created 4 triangles. Here it was 8 sides and we created 6 triangles. Here it was 5 sides and we created 3 triangles. So I'm going to explain in another video why that's the case, why 2 fewer triangles than number of sides are created when you draw the lines. But for now, we definitely see this pattern, and that's what it is. That's what it is. And that's the formula, this right here. So we can say, and I'll do it in blue up here, the sum of the measures of the interior angles of a convex polygon, okay, is just 180 times n minus 2, okay, where n is the number of sides of the polygon. Okay, so right here, let's put it in red so we can see it right here. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Right here is our answer. Okay, and this is a great formula that you can use, okay? Now, I always told my students I hated it when you memorize formulas because then I feel like, what if you forget the formula on the test, or what if you memorize it wrong? You can always draw it out. So let's say, I'm going to move this up a little bit, okay? Let's say you're on a test and you're like, oh my goodness, I have this weird funny looking shape and I have no idea. I forget the formula for the sum of the measures of the interior angles of a convex polygon. Well, that's fine. Just here's your funny shape, right? Convex polygon. Boom. Okay? I think I drew a pentagon, but who cares what I drew? It doesn't matter. Just start one place and start drawing triangles. And now you say, oh, look at this. It's just going to be 3 triangles, so it's just going to be 180 times 3. So you never even really have to memorize this formula that we have up here. Whoops. Of course that would happen. You never really have to memorize this formula, okay? You just have to, I'm still getting used to this thing. You just have to know that all you're doing is creating triangles. You're just drawing lines from one vertex to all the other vertices, and then seeing how many triangles are created, and then just multiply the number of triangles created by 180, and that's going to be the sum of the measures of the interior angles of a convex polygon with n sides.